I'm Muriel Farrington. I'm from White River Junction, Vermont.
And what is your association with BMW MOA?
I'm secretary of the board of directors for MOA.
And how long have you been riding?
This is my 12th year. I learned to ride when I was 58.
How many miles do you have?
165 or 170,000, somewhere in there now.
And what is it you ride?
BMW F650.
And you have two of them?
Yeah, 97 and an '07.
Is that what you learned to ride on?
Basically, I mean, the MSF course had these little 250s that we learned on. But
Then after that you went straight for the BMW?
yes.
How'd you end up doing that? I mean, just knowing that you wanted to do the BMW?
I dated a guy who rode a BMW, and he encouraged me to take the course. And then we weren't dating anymore, but we're still friends. And then I met a guy who just was looking for somebody. He wanted to show all these neat places he knew in Vermont. He rode a BMW. He encouraged me to learn. So I snuck off and took the course. I passed it. And then the friend, the ex-boyfriend knew of a bike that was for sale. And the friend went and checked it out and trailered it home for me. And I guess I rode it once that fall. It was late November, and put it away for the winter. And at the time I had a little red Prelude, and every time I got out of that car during the winter, that bike just got bigger and bigger and bigger. And in the spring, the friend went out for one ride with me, and we went about 30 miles, and he said that I could find my own way home. He was going on to New York, so I lived through that experience. And the next weekend I called, and he said, I asked if he was going to go out riding. He said, nobody inhibits my riding. So it was like, well, poo on you. So I had to go by myself or stay home. So I mostly ride by myself.
So is this, before becoming secretary, did you volunteer with BMW MOA? How did you get involved?
How did I first get involved? I mean, I got involved with the charter club right away. And I think I've been an officer all but maybe 1 year of the 12 years I've been in the club. I'm president of the Vermont Club. I guess this is my 5th year. And do their newsletter editor. What was my first rally? Trenton. Trenton was my first rally. And I don't think I volunteered that time. The next one was Charleston, and I did volunteer. And, you know, I got to meet more people. And then Chuck Manley cornered me at the Vermont rally and said he encouraged me to run for the board. And I did, and I won. I mean, that was a surprise. I didn't think anybody knew me, except that old lady who rides, but other than that.
Nice. All right. And do you ride with other, you said you pretty much ride by yourself, but you're president of the Vermont BMW?
Yeah.
So do you guys get together and have your own rallies?
Yes, September 9th, 10th, and 11th of this year is our 29th annual Green Mountain Rally. And it's at Camp Thorpe on the Brandon Gap Road, or off the Brandon Gap Road in Vermont. And it's a good one.
What's the best part about riding?
I don't know how you even
I know,
describe it.
find
I mean,
words to,
you have to be so focused, and you can lose the rest of the world. I know during or after 9/11, that was the only thing that brought me back to Earth, was to go out and ride. I don't know, everything just sorts out, and you're one with the bike and the earth, and we got lots of contour roads in Vermont, and you just go out there and lose yourself in your ride.
nice.
It's so free and liberating.
And then what's the best part about being a part of this organization?
Oh, it's a family. You see all your cousins and sisters and brothers, and it's just wonderful. All the number of people you see, and you keep meeting more people.
Great. All right, thank you.
It was,
You're telling a great story, so I'm like, hey.
Oh, I got lots of stories. I was at Craters of the Moon.
Huh?
And there was one other bike. It was a Goldwing in the whole campground. And they came over after they finished their dinner and said hi. And he said, "Are you some sort of official with the MOA?" And I said, "Yeah, why?" And he said, "I met you on the road 2 years ago." Well, 2 years ago, I went out to Gillette. I took 7 weeks to travel then, and just followed the front wheel. I didn't really plan the trip. And here I bumped into the same guy twice. I mean,
Wow.
it's so weird,
That is weird.
but it's fun.
No, do you work? Are you retired?
I
or-
retired 3 years ago.
Okay, and what did you do um, before you retired?
I worked in the software industry,
Oh, okay.
always for small companies, so you did a lot of things, but it was documentation and training and installations and
In Vermont?
customer service. Yeah, well, I
Oh.
traveled all over the country and
Uh-huh.
then into Canada to do the installations and training, but
Okay.
yeah. We have our own little Silicon Valley up in well, Vermont, where I live, is right next to Hanover, New Hampshire with
Uh-huh.
Dartmouth.
Okay.
And